A very good morning to Dr. Mina. Today, group number 4 will give a film review about a documentary entitled In the Age of AI. Our group consists of 5 people, which are Anisha Zadira binti Azizan, Diana binti Asani, Bazlin Nadira binti Muhammad Zaki, Iman Harisa bin Johaidi, and me myself, Dilo Vidal Dosi. Okay, now I will give a summary on this documentary. In the Age of AI is a documentary exploring how artificial intelligence is changing life. Through this documentary, we will see how AI impacts the world, from jobs to privacy to a growing rivalry between the US and China. Frontline investigates the promise and perils of AI and automation, tracing a new industrial revolution that will reshape and disrupt our world and allow the emergence of a surveillance society. The documentary is divided into 5 parts. The first one, China has a plan. The second one, the promise. The third one, the future of work. The fourth one, the surveillance capitalism. And the final one is the surveillance state. The term artificial intelligence refers to applications of technology to perform tasks that resemble human cognitive function and is generally defined as the capability of a machine to imitate intelligent human behavior. AI typically involves the theory and development of computer systems that are able to perform tasks normally requiring human intelligence, such as face recognition, visual perception, and decision making. The theme of the documentary is humanity versus technology. In moments time, we will see an eye-opening facts whether the future is exciting or vice versa.
There are a lot of personalities being featured in this documentary, but in my opinion, there are only 3 that is worth to be mentioned, which are Kai-Fu Lee, a Taiwanese computer scientist, businessman, and writer who had based his career on AI, Alastair McTaggart, an American real estate developer and investor who had also passed a law that allows Americans to have rights on their own data, as well as Alex Rodriguez, a co-founder and CEO of Embark, a robot semi-truck cargo fleet that bases their business on self-driving truck technology. Firstly, let's talk about Kai-Fu Lee. Kai-Fu Lee is a patient-oriented person who have had a wide and clear vision of integration of AI in the society. For instance, he had invested in several AI specialized companies as he sees a lot of potential in AI. He is also positive, confident, and open-minded on his work and career. He accepts and understands all criticisms and opinions about AI. Besides that, he is also transparent and straightforward towards the negativity of AI. He is always educating people of AI without covering up the negative effects. Lastly, a lot of his speech and action is logical. It can be seen that there are barely any emotion attached to them. Next is Alastair McTaggart. He is an opinion-oriented person who had made a move after he grew consciousness of his own data privacy. His emotions had influenced him to work on the law that allow Americans to have rights on their own data. For example, these people can now go to, let's say, companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon, and such to forbid these companies from selling their data. Most of his actions are influenced by emotions and opinion of his own, which is coming from a single perspective. That is the fear he had towards his own data privacy. His actions are logical and valid, but it is still limited by his own actions and emotions. Lastly is Alex Rodriguez. He is a patient-oriented person who have had intense devotion towards robotics since a young age. This had allowed him to create a business on his own that able to focus on profit maximization and commercial level. His business idea is definitely made based on his logical thinking. For instance, he backed up his self-driving truck idea with the fact that human truck driver fatalities are a concern in America. Therefore, he offered a solution. Despite that, I feel that the fact that Alex did not put emotion into play causes him to have lack of empathy towards those who might be affected with his innovation, for instance, truck drivers. To add, his passion, emotion, and opinion focuses much more on capitalist point of view. His perspective had mostly focused on companies' goal to minimize costs and maximize profit. Between these three personalities, it can be concluded that Kai Fu Lee is driven by passion, Alistair McTaggart is driven by emotion, and Alex Rodriguez is driven by logical thinking. These three different personalities had led to three different opinions, actions, and decisions that had contributed to their ethics or even affect them badly.
There are a few claims and arguments that are stated in the documentary. Firstly, the society claims that AI technology have reduced the number of jobs available, but it has also increased career chances in other fields as more products are produced. They fear that the rise of AI will contribute to another alarming trend, which is the growing inequality in earnings. Secondly, one of the biggest concerns is that the world will eventually split into two, with a Chinese technology industry and an American technology industry, which may lead to the Cold War. The third claims is that the information that Google, Facebook, and other firms collect about us can be used by third parties to target and influence voters in elections, in addition to harvesting the digital exhaust of our online lives. The first argument stated in the documentary is humans and machines have had a complicated relationship throughout history. Machines have never caused humans any troubles despite their concerns. Although we are unsure of how AI will affect the labor force, everything is predicted to be fine. The second argument is the advancement of AI will be a disruption of the workforce unlike anything humans have ever experienced. Will they hold us responsible if it happens? The third argument is the great hope for AI is that it will one day be able to think, envision, and see things in ways that humans have never before. But will artificial intelligence technologies actually surpass humans' intelligence? And the last argument is, in the US, there is a pervasive but more secretive kind of corporate surveillance where AI algorithms gather information to learn as much as they can about us in order to sell our personal data to advertising.
Facts. AI contributes to widening existing gender gaps. Only 22% of all AI professionals are women. Because they are underrepresented in the industry, gender biases and stereotyping are being reproduced in AI technologies. It is not a coincidence that virtual personal assistants such as Siri, Alexa, or Cortana are female by default. The servility and sometimes submissiveness they express are an example of how AI can continue to reinforce and spread gender bias in our societies. AI can be a powerful tool to address climate change and environmental issues as the planet continues to warm. Climate change impacts are worsening. By gathering and analyzing data, AI-powered models could, for example, help to improve ecosystem management and habitat restoration, essential to diminish the decline of fish and wildlife populations. That said, data extraction consumes nearly 10% of energy globally, so it is also essentially to address the high energy consumption of AI and the consequential impact on carbon emission. AI cannot be a no-law zone. AI is already in our lives, directing our choices, often in ways which can be harmful. There are some legislative vacuums around the industry which need to be filled fast. The first step is to agree on exactly which values need to be enshrined and which rules need to be enforced. Many frameworks and guidelines exist, but they are implemented unevenly and none are truly global. AI is global, which is why we need a global instrument to regulate it. There are several values in the field of ethics applicable to artificial intelligence, which are mindful impact, fairness, and transparency. Like any technology, AI solutions can equally enable and negatively affect humans. Our solutions must be mindful of the impact they have on humans and respect fundamental rights. We want to provide solutions that improve our lives and that its impacts can be measured by our clients. The intended purpose of an AI application, what the AI solution will deliver, to whom and for whom, must be clearly defined and the AI in it solely used to achieve its goal. Assessing the impact of AI solutions on people is also important to help identify the benefits but also the risks they may have, such as the social impact or potential risks arising from inadequate or inappropriate use. In addition, assessing the impact that a new technology may have before it is implemented can help to identify unintended side effects and reduce them. While automated decision systems have the potential to provide more efficiency and consistency, it also opens up the possibility of new forms of discrimination that may be more difficult to identify and address. It is therefore necessary to identify any unfair biases that may lead to inappropriate outcomes in the decision-making context and to present possible correction scenarios in order to eliminate them. When thinking about fairness in the design and implementation of AI system, it is important to always keep in mind that technologies, however neutral they may appear to be, are designed and produced by human beings who are subject to the limitations of their environments and biases. Human errors can also play a role in unfairness, as prejudice and misjudgment can create biases at any point in the project delivery process. AI systems must ensure equal rights of access and treatment to all individuals. It is therefore important to adopt a best practice approach to data processing. In addition, AI design and development teams should be built as diverse teams with diversity of gender and ethnicity, discipline, and sensitiveness to ethical issues. The main purpose of AI should always be to provide information that improves decision making. This implies that it is possible to trust and rely on that information. AI must be transparent, so both its capabilities and its purpose must be openly communicated. Any action taken must be fully explained and audited, where it must be accountable. As part of the process, each and every person interacting with the AI must be clearly aware of the purpose of each action or project, how it works, what its impact is, and what their rights are, including the right to an explanation. To be accountable, artificial intelligence systems must be transparent and able to build an understandable and coherent narrative that helps tracking how a decision has been made. Bioethical compliance and non-compliance. Respect for human autonomy. In artificial intelligence and robotics, the term autonomous refers to the capacity of an artificial agent to operate independently of human guidance. It is assumed that the agent has a fixed goal or utility function concerning its action appropriateness. Principle of justice. As AI is made by humans, it continues to find its ways into our daily lives. Its propensity to interfere with human rights only gets more severe, which means that this artificial intelligence would lead to forms of inequality that threaten the equal standing and autonomy of citizens. Principle of beneficence. AI benefits a society where errors are reduced and the chance of reaching accuracy with a greater degree of precision is a possibility. For example, in weather forecasting, using AI, they have reduced the majority of human error and takes risks instead of humans. Principles of non-maleficence. Privacy is recognized as a fundamental human right in the UN Declaration of Human Rights, and various AI applications can pose a real threat to it. Technologies such as surveillance cameras, smartphones, and the internet have made it easier to collect personal data. When companies aren't transparent about why and how data is collected and stored, privacy is at risk.
Alright, so for the advantages of artificial intelligence are astounding, and what this field can offer us is a clear path to evolution and the history of artificial robots. These are the primary benefits of artificial intelligence. Firstly, AI can complete tasks quicker than a human. Next, AI can handle complex and stressful tasks with ease. On top of that, AI can run multiple processes simultaneously with high success rate, reduced task mistakes, and low defect rates. In addition, AI also have a greater effectiveness in less time. And last but not least, AI can run calculation of long-term and difficult problems, and as well as the exploration of new territory, for example, the universe. Next is the disadvantages of AI. Following are some of the primary drawbacks of artificial intelligence in our daily life. Firstly, AI can occasionally be utilized improperly, causing massive destruction, for example, targeted missiles. Next, AI programming mismatch that occasionally go against the order of the programmer. And then AI also affects jobs for people, which exacerbated the unemployment crisis. AI also makes the younger generation become lazier. AI also lacks the personal human touch. AI also requires a lot of time and money to develop, and it has a greater reliance on advancement of technology. Okay, next is the consequences of AI. The voices questioning against AI's presence and potential hazards are becoming more and more audible as it becomes more sophisticated and pervasive. Unease abounds on many fronts, including the growing automation of some jobs, gender and racial bias problems resulting from outmoded information sources, and autonomous weapons that function without human oversight, and the process is still very new. Artificial General Intelligence (AGI) that was developed by humans, that this can elude our control and causes destruction. Some of the other consequences are such as job automation, such as robots in factories, restaurants, and even delivery services using AI to self-drive. Next, AI bias, widening socio-economic inequality. At the late September, the Vatican meeting titled "The Common Good in the Digital Age," Francis warned that AI has the ability to circulate tendentious opinions and false data that could poison public debates and even manipulate the opinions of millions of people to the point of endangering the very institutions that guarantee peaceful civil coexistence. Thirdly, the autonomous weapons and a potential AI arm race, for example, automatic nuclear bombs and missiles that is more advanced than each other, like the Cold War between America and Russia. And then the stock market instability caused by algorithmic high-frequency trading, such as NFTs, HFTs, and Bitcoins, can make the economy unstable. Lastly, privacy, security, and the rise of deepfakes. This could threaten digital security, for example, through criminals training machines to hack or socially engineer victims at human or superhuman levels of performance. Physical security, for example, non-state actors weaponizing consumer, drones, and political security, for example, through privacy eliminating surveillance, profiling, and repression, or through automated and targeted disinformation campaigns. Alright, that is all from me. I will pass on to the next presenter.
Lastly, a lesson learned from the film In the Age of AI is that artificial intelligence has a wide range of applications that are very beneficial for society. But unfortunately, present uses of AI are not always in line with the objectives of creating a better society. The application of artificial intelligence can be both beneficial and harmful. However, we can change that if the government is wise enough to limit the use of AI technology and the database to preserve a safe environment for citizens without invading people's privacy and rights. Similar circumstances exist in the world of biology. As a student majoring in biology, I must admit that the subject offers both advantages and disadvantages. Students who study biology gain the knowledge needed to make more educated decisions regarding their personal health, as well as important biological concerns, including the usage of antibiotics, genetically modified crops, and the elimination of invasive species. As an illustration, while advances in genetic engineering have improved human existence in many ways, there are also serious risks involved. Genetically modified organisms released into the environment have the potential to worsen human suffering, reduce animal welfare, and trigger ecological crises. Therefore, it is up to us to take adequate care of everything based on our ethics and responsibility as a human being. That's all from us. Thank you.